One of the wonderful things about Jonathan is there's nothing fair weather about Jonathan. He's not a fair weather friend, he's not a fair weather colleague, and he's not a fair weather philanthropist. Once he's committed, once he's there, he's all in, and he always has been.
Jonathan's contribution to HHI, his interest, his understanding, and his transformative gift really made all the difference in our ability to vision and create this Humanitarian Academy.
It is not an exaggeration to say that Stand for Children would not be where it is, which is a 10-state education advocacy organization making a difference for millions of children across the country without Jonathan's support.
He came on board long before we had anything other than a simple idea. And that's sort of Jonathan's style, is that he's willing to take big bets, which really makes him, I think, a very special partner.
Often people will get behind something, they'll support it for 2 or 3 years, and then they'll move on to something else, the next exciting thing that comes along. Jonathan sticks with things. He builds them. He gets in at the ground floor and then makes them happen. And that's been the case not just for City Year and Be the Change, but for Horizons for Homeless Children, for Stand for Children, for so many other things.
He's exceptional. He's absolutely extraordinary in the amount that he cares about civic society, about the public sector, and gives back to it. You look across the country, not everybody gives back the way Jonathan Lavine and Jeannie and his family have given, and it makes an extraordinary difference.
The truth is, I have no idea how he does all the things he does, and I actually watch him do those things, and he makes room for all the things that he finds vitally important, and I love him for that.
You know, he's kind of a legend out there for people in Democratic politics because he is so central a figure, such a strong progressive, and he lives those values.
And he's passionate about education and ensuring that every single student, no matter what their background, no matter where they come from, that they have the same opportunity for equal education that he had.
We know that intellect is not distributed based on income. Jonathan and I have both benefited from excellent public education as well as excellent college education. And it's really important to us that everyone have access to those kinds of experiences.
He cares deeply about education reform and education in the United States. He's done amazing things here in Massachusetts. He realizes that it takes an exceptional kid to come out of a difficult situation and do great things.
I think one of the really special ways in which Jonathan has connected is that he has brought his entire family into the organizations that he works with.
I like the way that he is with Jeannie, actually. And when they sit together and ask questions together, they're powerful as a team. I really like that.
Even though they're still very young, they have made major commitments to improving the lives of the people around them, whether it's locally or in our country.
Our goal is to have our whole family involved in as many of the organizations that we're supporting as possible. Our goal is for the kids to learn what we're doing, learn why we're doing it, and to someday do it themselves.
Jonathan and Jeannie have contributed to make a real difference and to carry forward that principle of tzedakah, of righteousness, of understanding that it's not charity, but that it is an obligation that we have to make the world the place that it can yet be.
The role of faith in philanthropy in general is extremely important because when somebody wants to invest in something like this, they bring their worldview into it and their belief in how they can impact the world and how they can make the world a better place.
As Jonathan will be the first to tell you, his philanthropy is deeply rooted in his Judaism. In fact, the very first check that came to City Year was for $18. The number 18 in Jewish life means life. And in so many ways, it's just a perfect initial gift for Jonathan because he has literally given life to City Year over these 20 years in so many different ways. He's impacted this organization and helped it grow and develop.
Jonathan, at the center of his being is the concept of Tikkun Olam. I mean, he really sees it as central to his life mission to heal the world. It's part of who he is. It's part of his essence. He's a mensch. He really is.
When I heard that the ADL was going to be honoring Jonathan Lavine, I thought, how perfect, because their values, the effectiveness in with which they both work, and the rest make it a perfect combination.
ADL has been the essential, indispensable voice against discrimination
And their fight specifically against anti-Semitism has been very, very important. But their work on hate crimes and bullying and the rest have kept pace with some of the challenges that we have.
And ADL's leadership here in New England and, of course, across the country for a long, long time has been vital.
I am so proud that Jonathan is receiving this very special honor from the ADL. He has worked so hard for so many people over so many years that it is wonderful to see him recognized for all of this in this very special way.
I cannot think of anyone who is more deserving of this honor than Jonathan, because there is no one I know who is more devoted to making a difference in this world in every way possible than Jonathan.
He's in the fortunate position to have been asked before by organizations to be honored, and this is the first time he's embraced that honor. And this is a huge deal to him, and therefore it's a huge deal to everyone around him.
It's so fitting that the ADL is honoring Jonathan Lavine, because he has literally the embodiment of that spirit that if we all get together, we're going to move our society and our community forward. We're going to become better people.
Well, a difference always starts with one person. Even great movements in American and world history start with one person, somebody with a vision. And very, very often, that vision is conveyed by the example you set. And as I say, Jonathan is a great example for all of us for how to be good people, good citizens, good neighbors in the world.